Fire Emblem Heroes.
Hey guys, this is Cloudedstrife back with another Fire Emblem Heroes video. This time I'm going to go ahead and get in here and we're going to go over a little review of this game. For anyone new to the series, this is a great way to get into Fire Emblem. This mobile game is packed with great characters from most of the console versions of the game, and it's simple enough for newbies, yet has enough depth to keep veterans of the series satisfied. So let's go into the game and see how good it is. So, I'm going to start off with basic features of the game. My main issue with this game are actually stems from the basic freemium features because, and it's actually not about the gacha system. The model that this uses, some of this is baffling to me, but I'll get into it now. So this is a typical freemium mobile game with a stamina system. You can see up there at the top, there's my stamina, which is good and bad for some people. Unfortunately, this game does not allow you to increase your stamina number ever. So they haven't implemented a way for you to get more stamina, which is just crazy to me. You should get a stamina increase upon ranking up your you're in this game, you're considered a summoner, and you should be able to rank up as a tactician or a summoner and get more stamina. That's just how it should be. Why they have it so limited, I don't know. So that's definitely a strike that this game has going against it. Beyond that, the next resource you have is to play in the duels arena. And you only get 3 chances per day. It doesn't have a timer refresh like most other freemium games do. And without an item called Dueling Crests, which you cannot buy anywhere, even for money, you can't fight more than 3 times per day. This needs to be addressed and changed. There needs to be something constant going on when you're not using your stamina for something, and those Dueling Crests, if you run out of them, well, you can't run any more arena. So one of the best parts and the things I like the best about this game is summoning heroes. The summoning heroes here, you can see there's orbs. Okay, so orbs is the currency, which you can get from a daily login and also during story missions. This currency is what you can use to summon new heroes or upgrade your castle. Which I'll show you where you can do that. You can go to the home screen, and right here is where you can upgrade your castle. It does cost orbs. It's an orb sink, but it is well worth it because it boosts your experience points gained by up to 100%. I would suggest everybody, even just starting the game, getting at least to 80%, and then eventually filling it to 100. I mean, I did it right away. It just seems too worth it. So anyway, the gacha rates in this system are 3%, but if you continually summon on a banner and you do not get a 5-star hero, these percentages will go up slowly. So it gives you a higher chance the more you pull on the gacha. And also, it is highly suggested that when you do a summon, you actually spend all of your orbs in just that one summon. It'll bring up 5 little circles, which you can then choose and do a summon for. It only costs 20 orbs if you do all 5 at once. If you do 5 separately, it costs a total of 25 or 5 each. So, and then these are the characters that you can get per banner. There's a higher rate of getting these focused characters on each one of these banners. And right now, the main characters to go for are... most of them aren't on the banners, actually. Takumi here, he is very, very, very high rated. All these characters are high rated, but the ones you're looking out for, Hector, which he is a green axe unit. You can't even get him. He's like a 1% chance or less on the banner. So anyway, so that's one of the issues here. And I've played a lot of gacha games where, I mean, it might even be 1% to get a 5-star, and in all actuality, it's even lower than that, getting the one that you want off the banner. So this is actually pretty decent the way that it works. I've enjoyed it so far. And I can even show you I've got a good number of 5-star characters here. I have done quite a number, a number of summons, did a lot of the story, so I was able to get a lot of summons out of my orbs. Now, one of the largest concerns I have about this is a resource called Hero Feathers, which you can see I have them right there. They just gave out 10,000 Hero Feathers because of like a Twitter campaign. And these Hero Feathers are used to unlock potential in characters that are level 20 or higher. So let's just say I had this character at level 20. What I could then do is use 20,000 feathers. 20,000 to take her, plus there's like some shards you can get from doing the training tower right here. See that shard? You can get shards from doing that, and you need both shards and Hero Feathers to awaken them. But without that 10,000 feathers, I would only have 31 of them right now. That is just crazy. And right now, the only way that I know of to get a lot of feathers is to do these arena duels. And you can only do 3 a day. And here's the rewards. The monthly total, the total you can get by doing this, I think it's like on a weekly timer, is 1,600. So you'd have to do almost a 3 weeks worth of, not even 3 weeks. It's 1,600 per series. So there's 4 days left in this season, and that'll get me that many feathers. That's just crazy. That definitely needs to be changed. It costs way too many feathers to get just one character from a 4-star to a 5-star. That's just mind-blowing. So the badges are easily farmable because they are in that training tower. And this is absolutely if there's anything that I like the least about this game, this is it right here. You can get more feathers by getting more friends in your friends list that gift daily, netting you 5 feathers each time. Or here's the worst part. You can go to send home. Let me get away from here. And if I choose a 1-star character, I gain 5 feathers. If I choose a 2-star, I gain 10. If I choose a 3-star, I can gain 160 feathers each time, 150 feathers each time. And a 4-star character, sent home, send you all home, gives me, let me unlock him, would give me 300 feathers. So they want you to sell or send home your characters for feathers, and you need 20,000 of them. That would be 66 4-star units to get enough feathers to upgrade one character from 4-star to 5-star. That is crazy. They need to change this. I do understand that this will entice people to buy more orbs to get a 5-star character, but it seems too impossible for free-to-play players to awaken characters if they don't get lucky, or plan on re-rolling for a good starter account like I did. So, beyond that, let's move on. I don't want to scare everybody away because the game is good. Story and events. Just starting out, the story is really simple. Here are the story maps. I won't give much away, but there are the story maps. You can get through it within the first couple days. Luckily, there are harder modes that increase the difficulty, but the stamina cost gets very high as you progress, and it bottlenecks your progress. Nintendo did claim that they plan on adding more story every 2 weeks. Hopefully that's true, because if not, you will run out of orbs and story very quickly if you play a lot like I do. The first actual event for this game starts February 10th. That's tomorrow. We'll see how it goes, but I hope there's a lot of orbs and feathers involved, because those are the main things I want. Orbs and feathers, orbs and feathers. Let's go into gameplay. The greatest part of any Fire Emblem game is the combat system. This, being a mobile game, is slightly simplified compared to the actual games from the series, but that was to be expected. It's a mobile game. With that said, there are actually a lot of things they really should add in the future that were in the console versions, such as terrain and buildings that add defense bonuses or regeneration to a character that stands on them, and a party setup feature before the battle begins, letting you decide where your units should be placed, because now you're going in blindly and you don't really know where your units are going to be placed in the map, in the story map, which could be devastating if you're up against a tough foe. They really need to add a party setup feature to this game. If there's one thing gameplay-wise that I would like to see added, it would be that. And then let's go to the next section would be artwork and graphics. The artwork and graphics, there isn't anything mind-blowing when it comes to actual gameplay mechanics, but it is simple and clean. But you can see the artwork is fantastic. Let me go into a battle here and I will show you a quick example. Well, we won't go into the story, I don't want to give anything away for people. We'll go in here and go to one of these simple fights. So the artwork is really what shines in this game, as what you would expect from a Fire Emblem game. Let me change this back. There. So if I go up and attack this guy, you can see it has a little animation, the character profiles come up, shows some animation for the attack, and boom. There was my combat. So here I'll let myself get attacked. So you can see what happens. Now I'm getting attacked, and he hits me, and he comes and hits me. So you can see how it looks. It's really amazing. It's really simplified, but I love seeing the flashy animation. You know, for the combats. You know, the portraits. You know, fly across the screen. You know, again, it's nothing completely amazing, but you know, for a mobile game, it's good. It's fast. You know, the load times are extremely quick in this game, so you're not going to have, you know, time waiting for things to load. Really, that covers just about everything. I'm going to go through and I'm going to give basic features, as we talked about first, a 6. I think they could really improve on the stamina, on the dueling refresh. They need to refresh your dueling crests. I'm giving that a 6. For the story and events, so far, because there hasn't been much story, I'm going to give this a 6 until I find out what their events are going to be like and how often they're going to add to the story. I will go back and raise that back up in a later review after the game's been out for a little longer. This is just an initial review. For gameplay, I honestly am going to give this a 9. It's simple, but I like that for a mobile game, and it is just complicated enough with leveling heroes up and you know, setting their skills and things like that, that, you know, it is unique enough that you know, and it's interesting. I wish I could play more, but that stamina, you know, keeps me in check. So we'll give that a 9. Then the artwork and graphics, I'm going to give a 9. Just because it is Fire Emblem, and, you know, it doesn't have to be a crazy graphic powerhouse to keep my interest. This is what I've come to expect from a Fire Emblem game. So tally that up, 9, 9, 6, and 6. That is a final verdict of 7.5. I think it is well deserved. You know, the gacha system is really good for people who want to pull. I would highly suggest re-rolling for at least a good starter account. If you don't know how to do that, there are a lot of videos out there, and I will be covering that very soon on how to re-roll a good account, a good starter account. And that's it. This is Cloudedstrife with a review, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Go ahead, hit like, hit subscribe, and you can find me at Fire Emblem Heroes forum.com. Thanks, and have a good night, guys.